We have assured FIFA and CAF that the government of the Republic of Kenya is not interested in being involved in direct management of football. It is not the business of the government to run football. Football has got its own infrastructure to manage affairs of football. What this government will do, the government led by William Samoei Ruto, who has given me the responsibility as his cabinet secretary to manage this space. This government is only interested in one thing: creating an enabling environment for football to run effectively. And that enabling environment includes making sure that we have proper laws, we have proper policies to make sure that those who run football effectively. We want to attract sponsorship into football. We are talking to those who can live broadcast football so that our football can be out there as part of marketing the talents we have in this country. But when it comes to the actual running of football, we want those who run football to run football. What government will do is to give you an enabling environment. And so we have given the assurance that you are not going to see this government interfere in the affairs of the Football Federation. But I have placed a big but before FIFA and CAF. That even as we give our guarantee, we give our word that you are not going to see interference by government in the affairs of FKF. We expect FKF to live by certain irreducible minimum values. Number one is good governance. FKF cannot run as if it's an island. FKF is part of the overall Kenyan ecosystem. So they must make sure that even as we expect everybody to run their institutions on the tenets of good governance, FKF must also obey the values of good governance. FKF must live by the value of accountability. You must be accountable. Government gives FKF resources. FIFA gives FKF resources. CAF supports FKF. FKF must be accountable for those resources. FKF must be transparent in its operations, in the way you use resources, in the way you select teams, in the way you run your affairs. You must be transparent. You must be democratic in the way you conduct the affairs of the federation. So while government is not interested in interfering in the management of FKF, government expects FKF to live by these irreducible minimum values: good governance, accountability, transparency, and democratic ideals. We believe that if that is done, government will do its bit of creating an enabling environment, FIFA and CAF will do their bit of supporting, and FKF will do their bit of managing football effectively and transparently. Finally, we have told FIFA and CAF that we have a long-term program of taking Kenyan football to the high table, the continental and global high table. It's a long-term program. We don't expect immediate results because this is not instant coffee. It's going to be long, it's going to be arduous, we are going to be patient. But we have set certain targets along that long journey. Number one, we have made it clear to FIFA and CAF that we are bidding to host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. And that as we start that journey to prepare our bid for AFCON 2027, we expect FIFA and CAF to provide any support that is within their means to support our bid for AFCON 2027. We have also made it clear to FIFA and CAF that at the very minimum, we expect Harambee Stars to play at the 2030 World Cup. We are shooting for 2030, but we could actually land on 2026. If we land on 2026, we will not refuse to go, we'll go. But realistically, we are shooting for 2030, and we also want to walk the journey with FIFA and CAF towards that goal. In all these targets, we'll be developing both men and women football. We actually believe that Kenya has a great chance for our women to appear at the World Cup, perhaps even ahead of our men. So we are going to be investing in both men and women football. So as we revive Harambee Stars, we will also be very strongly reviving the Harambee Starlets, our women team. I'm happy that FIFA is in town. They have started here. They have a longer program. They'll interact with other football stakeholders. And I'm just happy that now, in a long time, or after a long time, the government of the Republic of Kenya, FIFA, and CAF, we are aligned in terms of the vision we have for football for this country and in terms of what needs to be done. And whatever has to be done will be done to make sure that Kenyan football gets back on its feet. Allow me now to invite Gelson to make some remarks and also to introduce the delegation that has accompanied him. Gelson was a good host for